Good day, everybody. This is your man Shannon coming at you with another rendition of You're So Witty. Thank you for tuning in. We hopefully you're having a great day wherever you are in life. Hopefully everything's going good, and if it's not, keep praying. I'm sure it will get better. Today I have a special guest today, Mr. Ed Robinson. Mr. Ed Robinson will sit in with us today and give us his opinion on things as we chop it up. What's happening, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Shannon?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Before we get started, man, it's a privilege to have you here too.
Hey, I'm honored.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you, first to tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Edsel Robinson. I'm into media, audio, video, production. I've toured with various acts, People Bryson, Cameo, SOS Band, Andre 3000, After 7. I've done some different things of that nature. Play at church. I enjoy doing that. Anything dealing with media, that's my life.
The man is a bad boy with some music, man. I'm gonna just make it easy. It's plain and simple as that. Check him out when you get a chance. Brother, I brought you here. We're gonna just, really chop it up on a subject that I really thought we need to talk about.
Okay.
And that's gonna be unforgiveness or forgiveness, however you want to put it.
Oh boy.
And when we get down to it, I really just want to kind of dig into it a little bit.
Okay.
I'll get right to it. What is true forgiveness in your book? True forgiveness.
True forgiveness is just regardless of whatever the obstacle was or whatever was done to you, you're at a place in your heart where you just kind of let it go. You don't forget, but you forgive. You forgive the moment. It's almost like I used to tell people, can we just get past this moment? You know what I mean? But that's what I think it is. It's when you're in a place mentally and spiritually where you can just let something go and continue on with life.
Right. And you said, can we just get past this moment? Is it a process or does it just happen?
Oh, it's most definitely a process.
Right.
It depends on what you are forgiving. What I'm saying?
Wow.
It's a process. Some things can be forgiven like that. You playing ball, guy bumping you too hard,
and fouling
you too hard. You like, but dang, man, we just out here. And then, you kind of tussle a little bit. And then everybody like, hey, okay. So that you can start back playing ball again. It's like, okay, that was guys being guys.
Right.
But it's some things that I feel that strikes the heart and the soul that's a little bit more difficult to forgive than the average quick forgiveness.
Yeah, you made a good point. It depends on what needs to be forgiven. I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, right. It depends on what needs to be. It depends on what we're talking about.
Right.
Oh man, that's something we could stay right there for a minute. Yeah. Okay. Can you say you have forgiveness when you really don't? Like, can you say you forgive somebody, but really you don't? People say, "I'm all right, I forgive you," but they really hold on to it. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. You can that's back to what I stated earlier. You can forgive, but you don't forget. It's almost like, so if you asking, well, this person did you wrong or it's something that needs to be forgiven, and you say, yeah, I forgive them, but I still got that third eye on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Now how much of that is wisdom or just knowledge to say, I'm still watching you. And, now we're not God, but I mean, even that, God throw it in the sea for forgetfulness. As human beings, though, we be like, I forgive you, but I ain't forget. So did we really forgive? Or I'm just asking, is it really forgiveness if you just still remember? Is it that you?
I think it's forgiveness. You just departmentalize the people that you're dealing with based on the situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still forgiveness. Like we stated earlier, you just forgive some people in certain ways and other people you it's a different type of forgiveness. It's funny how some people can do a lot of stuff to you and expect you to forget and forgive them, but when it's time for them to do that, they can't they can't do it. They want to hold on to something until you die. You know what I'm saying?
And I've known people to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they hold it. But the thing is, a lot of people will even say, "Well, I forgave him," but then you listen to them talk.
They really haven't.
They really haven't forgot and forgave them. And you know, at the point where I am in life, I'm transparent enough to say, yeah, I don't hold it like that now. In fact, some of the stuff I would let go now, people, I can't believe you let that go. You know, they just did such, but life's so short.
Right.
It's so short, man. And you hold, whether it be people going through, you know, an argument, whether it be a divorce, whether people, you know, people see people on their deathbed, bro, and be like, I told you I wasn't gonna never forget this. Real talk, really?
Yeah.
You gonna hold that this long?
People probably can't wait till you die.
Yeah. I heard a story of a guy taking people to court. I think it was at a church somewhere. He was taking people to court up until the day he died in the church. He was just that angry with him to the point that to his deathbed, he still had a lawsuit in.
Wow. Wow.
That's and that's true. That's a heavy thing, man. I don't want to live with that kind of a heavy burden.
Right.
So
because that's what it is.
It's a burden.
It's if anybody studies the law of attraction, you will know that whatever's in your mind, in the forefront of your mind,
wow,
then that's going to be magnified. So if somebody did you wrong or something happened to you, and then you turn around and you switch that thing to a positive, or you don't let it linger, because when it lingers, it eats away from your inside.
From your inside, man. Yeah.
And then other people, when you deal with other people, they were like, well, darn, I just asked him a question. He tripped out on me. And it's because of them dealing with maybe another situation, another problem. And so it's good to just kind of, if you can, it's harder for some people. But with me, I've trained myself to let it go. And I can look at you and smile with you and everything, and still in my mind just know where my boundaries and parameters are with you. I can forgive you, but then that's where your placement is in my life. You're placed in a certain area in my life.
You bring so much to my mind. Well, let me ask you something. Why do you think people hold on to unforgiveness for whoever they got it for?
Sometimes when a person is hurt, they so absorbed in being hurt or have been hurt, that they don't know how to break out of this thing. And it's simple but complex to me. It's simple to just say, I'm going to focus on me, because that's what I had to do. You know, in different situations, I was hurt by people, and as soon as immediately once I took my mind off the fact that I was hurt and looked at, okay, what's this next thing I need to do?
Kind of forgot about the pain or the hurt that you were feeling.
Yeah. I mean, you never forget. You know it's there, but I'm saying for you to move on. You know, for the individual to move on, you have to. It's like a paradigm shift. You have to focus on the positive. Focus on, okay, now that I'm here. I mean, prime example, if somebody tell me, I manage bands, if somebody tell me the week of the event that, oh, I'm not going to be there, and it puts you in a situation. Now I'm disappointed, I'm hurt about that, but I'm not going to sit all day thinking about, well, why did this person just all of a sudden say this? And why I'm pissed off because they said it at the last minute. Immediately, I'm on the phone trying to find
moving to the next
thing. And I found that to be more helpful for me, instead of dwelling into that wilderness.
Life is too short. You see this gray hair on my face, man? It wasn't always gray. And as I get older, I realize these days going by just like that. And bump coming to somebody later when y'all both about dead, and or they died. Let me put it that way. And now they did. I guess it's over with. Now, come on, man.
I like to show a person I'm a bigger man. Man, look, I had a guy. I had a guy just because I bought a piece of equipment. Now, you know, I told you I'm in the music and stuff, touring. I had just bought this piece of equipment. He was out with some big artist, and he asked me about using the equipment. I say, dude, I just bought it. I hadn't even learned how to work it yet. He held that.
Wow.
So it was an opportunity for me to go on tour.
Wow.
With this great person. Now I'll leave the names out.
Yeah, I
I
understand. I know who you are. They don't, but I do. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So this guy say, well, shoot, you need another keyboard player. Ed can handle this. He can handle it. And just kept shaking his head. So it got away from my ability to be able to handle it
to some person.
It was some person because, and then when he asked, I say, well, man, what is it? I mean, what we all dudes. I mean, what's the problem? He said, man, this dude said something about you had a module that you brought, and he asked you. He said he didn't want to F with you because you wouldn't let him use a module.
You feel
I was like,
what?
I said, is that it?
Right.
And so, but the thing about being humble, man, it's like the Bible is true where it says he prepares a place for you in the presence of your enemies.
Go and make peace. Leave your gift. You got people go to churches, praising God, jumping up and down, doing all this stuff, but at the same time, hate the person across from them in the pew, or hate their sister, or hate whatever. So leave your gift at the altar and go and make peace. Now, if they don't want to forgive you, that's on them.
It took some maturing for me to get to a point. And first, I had to study it too, because if people don't, I mean, you could be in a place and if you don't have a close associate or somebody or some literature you can read to better yourself. Because sometimes I'll read some stuff, I'm like, I never thought about that. I might need to implement that. Man, reading, constantly seeking knowledge and stuff like that. That really helped me with this whole forgiveness thing. Once I started reading the law of attraction, they say you keep that bitterness right here, it's going to be right there, and you're going to attract bitterness from everything around you. The minute you start thinking positive and saying, even though I went through that, I still see myself touring, or I still see myself with a better mate, or I still see myself living healthy, or and some type of way the universe and God, they just put people in your path to help those things work.
But you got some people can't even shake your hand, can't come up to,
walk the other way.
Don't want to deal, all that there, man. But that's on you. That's on you.
Childish.
Say that again.
It's childish.
It's childish.
It's grown ass people acting childish.
The last thing I was gonna say is, why is it important to show forgiveness from an individual standpoint?
Well, I mean, that's that's kind of broad, but I think the reason it's important to show forgiveness is for other people to see the light in you.
Okay. That's deep.
Well, I mean, say for instance, if you were done a certain way, and they, because this is my plight. I can only speak my one black man's opinion, but in business, what I do is I don't cut ties, I untie. My attitude could have either cut the tie, or my attitude could have been just untie.
I like what you said. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. At my age, I've never heard the statement put that way. I've been on both sides of it, but I understand it. So you said you like to untie as opposed to cutting the tie.
It depends on what the situation is, but that's mostly how.
Because when you untie something, you can always tie it back. But if you cut the tie, you may never be able to get it back in any form, and you might very well need a situation,
right?
And you don't cut the tie,
right? So. Just think you in the think you in a situation.
Wow.
And you treated me so bad, and you in a situation where you actually, a person like me could probably break you off and
help you out
and help you out, or but you so bitter and that pride got you so jacked up that you cut the tie, and you said so. And family members have done that. Family members have said detrimental things to you where you just like, dang,
for no reason. I look at it and say, why is it important to forgive? Because guess what? You ain't so perfect.
Right.
You've done wrong. You've messed up. That's how I see it. You've come up short where somebody let you slide.
Exactly.
They gave you the pass. You know what I'm saying? They had every reason to hold it against you. So you gonna conjure up something and be even madder with somebody that don't really exist when you have actually did some shit.
Man, there's some people that's done some shit. Man, there's some people that I know have done some shit, man. It's just and probably be thinking, how can I still smile with them or be in the same room with
It
them?
speak louder than anything else, because you be like, I ain't got no problem with you. I ain't got no problem. It don't make you weak either.
No, it doesn't make you weak.
No, it just make you understand that, okay, like you said, I'm not
life, man.
understanding
It's the
life,
spirit.
dude. But like I said, to show forgiveness is good, because you too need to be forgiven.
Exactly.
You too have some things that you haven't gotten right. With your children, with your spouse, with your neighbor. Somebody somewhere can say, well, they came up short. But now that don't mean you're a dirty person and like that. Sometimes you just come up short.
Yeah, that's true.
But now if you know you come up short, then you say, okay, man, I came up short on that. Let me go back and rectify that. That's what a true person with integrity does. But to hold unforgiveness and all of that, but that's why I am more amped to forgive, because I know down the road I might come up short somewhere too.
And another thing, you have to be intuitive enough to know who you're dealing with. Right, some people were brought up different ways. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they just can't help the way they are. Now, some people came up in a household where everybody was fussing all the time.
Can being unforgiving, is that a thing you born with, or do you learn to just be that way because of the environment?
I think you learn to eventually be that way, unless your parents kind of instill that in you. But man, I think over a period of time, once you understand what's really what matters and what doesn't, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, through studying and literature.
So you think you learn to be that way, unforgiving?
No, to forgive. I learned how to forgive more.
Also, don't get me wrong, I think as we get older, we realize how short the time is. At least for me. So for me to harbor something against an individual, I ain't got the time, man.
Right.
I ain't got the time to, it feel bad when you know somebody might have something against you and you might not know why. Maybe you do know why.
Right.
If you've tried to make peace, or if you got in your heart to be clear with that individual, life too short. And the older you get, you realize, because you see more people die, you see more people leave, and you be like, man, I could spend my time worrying about this cat or this person or this situation, or I could live and have my best life and just let them go on and do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen anyway. Yeah. I can think of at least around 3 people that I would like to have another conversation with, just to communicate, because sometimes it's communication. And long as you know that either you didn't mean something by something and you actually came to the person and said, hey, Doc, this all I meant, or hey, Miss Lady, this all I was trying to say or all trying to do. It's all for you then. It's all for you, regardless if they receive it or not. It's all for you. But
wow,
right now I can think of at least 3 people that wants to and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in due season.
What if somebody die? What if somebody and you don't get to do it?
Well,
isn't that sad?
Yeah, it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. But it has to be at the right time where I feel that
can be heard.
We both can receive it, because some people you can talk about over the phone. Some people you just need to look in the eye and let
I agree with that.
We had this going on. We were right here. Now we're no longer here. But hey man, if I did, or hey woman, if I did anything to, hey,
even if y'all don't get real tight again, just to get the understanding of what went on. Because I've found and I've seen where a lot of times there's a misunderstanding in there, that if you knew if both parties knew both sides, you could give it a second look and go, oh man, I thought you said, that's what you meant. The reason you didn't tell me, and now you like, we done lost all this time.
Because I've been in situations, man, where I thought I was doing good and on something, and it was taken totally out of context, and I didn't get a chance to explain. And I wanted to, but I got yelled at the noise
The
so
noise,
much where it
man.
just went, well, look, let me let this go.
And that's generally what
this person is not willing to even hear nothing.
And that's generally what you do.
And then slam the phone on your face, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not even what.
I'll go back to it again. Even if y'all not gonna run tight, you know, let's get understand. You may not even like me. You may not even care nothing about me. You may right deep down you like, I don't like your ass no way.
Right.
But at least we have let that be the case then. Let that be the case. Don't let it be that we just didn't what do people say, closure? That's what we're talking about, really.
Closure.
Yeah.
Closure.
We talking about closure to say, damn, this is what I want to say to you. Whether we ever talk again.
Yeah, and sometimes sorry is just not enough.
Sometimes it's
people
not.
just they still go.
But at least, but back to your point, at least you got to say it. Now it's you just said it. It's all for you now. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Now if they hold it, that's the childishness in them, or whatever they want to be, or maybe it ain't the child.
But
maybe.
Still, we held something also.
Okay, explain that.
Well, I mean, we held it within to the point that we felt that we had to go back to this person, and rectify.
So you holding it too.
So it's something like, just like I said, it's 3 people that I can say that I probably need to reach out to, or when the right time, you know.
Let me ask you something. Why what holds us back from reaching out and saying, hey, XYZ? That's deep, I know, but no.
I'm laughing about it because I could say some of it's on me and some of it's it depends on a person. So that's why it's like 3 different situations. Some people, life lessons have to happen first for me to get to this point.
I got you.
I think a life lesson has to happen. Right now, I don't see what a life lesson has happened where they'll be able to even receive it.
So you're giving another time person to grow a little bit,
yeah. But with another person, it's just that I don't know if it's my pride or whatever. Like I just feel like we're gonna run into each other at the right place at the right, just like you ran into that guy at the restaurant. I think God is gonna allow this time to happen. It may be at somebody else's funeral. I don't know. And we go out and eat.
But there is that thing of running out of real estate. Like me and you could be racing in cars. You in a lane and I'm in a lane. There's only so much space to get to the finish line. So if we may see it. I may see me crossing the finish line and me and you being able to talk about it. Then again, we may never make it to the finish line. So a lot of times, in certain cases, from my standpoint, you have to say it. I would say from my standpoint, it has been pride. Because you feel like, well, I didn't do nothing.
Right.
Ain't no need for me to step back out and say nothing on that. But at the same time, the gray hairs are coming. You're getting older.
A lot of things is communication, man. And communication comes in various forms. When you text somebody can take something wrong from a text because texts don't have personality.
That's right. They just say straight whatever it is.
And then the person get mad. I was like, well, damn, I ain't mean it. That's not even what, so my wife was saying now, if you put exclamation points and these
make the words, if you make them all capitalized, people, what they shouting for?
And so I said that's deep. I hadn't even looked at it.
No, but somebody else probably would.
But that's what I'm saying. But this is just straight texting and somebody taking something the wrong way.
It's sad, man. It's sad because there's some great relationships that have been lost.
Oh yeah,
behind not getting the point down just the way it needed to be. Now, if you get the point that I knew what you meant, I knew exactly what you meant, and I still don't forgive your ass. Well, at that point,
I can see one of these people saying that,
and that's why, for me, that's.
It's so funny to me.
Hold on, but that's why for me, I don't always step out of that comfort zone because they might give it to you with both barrels, and you be like, man, I ain't got time for that, and I know it really not worth it. You really got me wrong.
Right.
And I'm going to sit there and let you just.
Because when it actually happened, when I was trying to call back a few times just to, when he answered the phone, won't pick, I was like, man, let me.
And back to your point again, though, I say now it's on them. You've laid your gift at the altar and you went and tried to make things right and they really didn't want it. So now you say, okay, well, now I know That's severed, but that's on you. It ain't on me.
Right.
That's totally on you now. Right now, it's on both of us. But
it's a trip, and then you thinking that you, just like you said, like I was doing something, thinking that
you was doing good,
and gonna be benefiting to both of us, which it just backfired. It backfired, and then it just still down to communication.
You got family members, cousins, uncles, or whatever. If you just could get that opportunity to say, hey, look, this is what I meant, oh, what did I do something? If you could just say that, did I do something? So you could say you were sorry.
Mm-hmm.
My pride ain't too big for that, you know, but my pride big for taking that ass whooping that they're going to try to throw at you for no reason.
Right.
I don't know if I'm honestly, I don't know if I'm ready for that, man, because I know I don't deserve, and the love I'm trying to show, I might be able to handle it, because bro, don't nobody want to go and get no pain. You ain't trying to, you call them on the phone, hey, how you doing? Who it did? What you calling me for? All this stuff, and you
sound just like Buddy.
And you on the other end, saying, damn, really? Especially if you just
really like this.
Yeah, especially if you trying to just extend your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bump your hand or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, take your hand and do this or that and slam the phone. And you sitting there like, all right, then. But you know what? Back to being the mature person. You at the place where you be like, man, you know, later for that. You know what I'm saying? People shutting people off Facebook, and damn them, I'm blocking their ass. What are you blocking them for? Well, they didn't come to my birthday party. They didn't. And I say it again. I think some people just have to have beef. You see it in the entertainment industry. Yeah. Some people just have to. If I ain't got beef, I'm not living. You know, you got people that love to fight, man.
Oh yeah,
they freaking love to fight. Oh, yeah. Some people tell you, yeah, I like a good fight. So it's the same way with unforgiveness and all that. You mean it's 100 people in here, and ain't one of y'all I can't have a damn. I can't be unforgiving to. Get out the room and bring another 100 people in here, because I need somebody I can be unforgiving to. Damn it, they died, so I ain't got nowhere to put it. It's on you now. I don't know what I'm really mad with you about, but I don't forgive you, man. It's crazy. So I look for sanity. I try to find sanity in people.
Man, you start dealing with blood pressure and all that crazy stuff.
Crazy, man.
It just makes sense to just let it go and understand this. It's just life,
just man. Life, man.
It's life, but this a hot topic, man.
Yeah,
unforgiveness and forgiving and stuff. One person I want to say, does it make sense all these many years? I mean, aren't you tired of being, just bitter? And
does it come from a person just being unhappy with themselves, bro? In some,
most definitely.
Wow,
most definitely. Wow. I mean, I didn't want to say that, but
I'm gonna say it because we said everything else.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I think it, because it's like, I mean, most time it's coming from being jealous of somebody because they have something or achieve something that you hadn't achieved yet,
right?
Or
you feel they better in some kind of way when they probably not, but you feel small,
right?
When it comes to them, because if not, you wouldn't be mad with them just for stupid.
They're just having issues.
About
your business.
Your world got to be pretty damn small. Now that it just hit me, it's like a light just went off. Your world got to be pretty damn small to hold. You might be upset with somebody for a period, you get a little angry with them or whatever, but to hold unforgiveness. I'm talking about if there ain't really just cause, to hold it for years and years. You got to be a pretty damn sad soul.
Especially with this pandemic, man. That really,
people dying left and right.
And I was like, man, I found myself calling people that I hadn't talked to in a long time just to check on them. And can I say, have people done that to me? I don't care or not. During this time with family members dying left and right, and you still harboring over some small stuff, that's, like I say, that's a grown-ass kid. You know what I'm saying?
It's grown-ass kid.
It's a grown-ass kid, man. It's time to let it go. Let's operate like grown folk.
I care about making peace while I'm living. I care about making peace if I can. Your great point, Ed, was this. That's on them. Then. It ain't on you no more. And we could end that right there.
It's like loving, giving somebody a gift. That's expression of giving. You know what I'm saying? Whether you receive it back or not, it's like, and you might not receive it from that person or that person, but man, there's some type of way you get blessed in other areas.
You look up. You ever been doing something just like this interview? You've been doing something. You look up. Hours don't went by, but in these cases, years don't went by.
Right,
and you be like, damn, it's been 10 years ago since I didn't.
And I
ain't talked to them in 10 years, 20 years, you know. And then what were you mad about? I don't really. I know one thing they did, and then even in your own mind, you can realize that wasn't really that bad.
Exactly,
man. That really wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
Now people want to come see people when they sick or dying or whatever. Man, just even like I say, y'all ain't got to run together, but just get the understanding that, hey man, we good. Just be good with your fellow man and your children and your spouse or your neighbor.
I mean, you understand the scriptures, and when Jesus was up there on the cross and the guy on the left was like, you know, he was really up there for the right reason. Jesus wasn't. And then he was like, well, man, how can I be forgiven at this point? And he granted him that time, even at that last minute. You know what I'm saying? He was looking at things on in a broader scope.
Shouldn't we all?
Yes.
How good is it when somebody say we good, man?
It's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling, man.
It's like just letting it go, you know, just let it go. And then there's something else off your shoulder. That's one less bill to answer.
Real talk, man.
One less bill to answer.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it at this, man. I think to practice forgiveness is something we all can do better at. We all got relationships. You right off the top, you said I got at least 3 conversations I like to have back, and just try to at least get clarity on it. I think anybody that can really look at their life, if you lived there any amount of time, you can say, yeah, this person to me, whether you know even remember what y'all was mad about. We got people in our lives that you say, you know, I wish. Sometimes they got stuff against you. You didn't even know they were mad.
Oh, that happens all the time.
You didn't even know. You're like, you was mad at me? Why? You know, so like you said, come out of probably something they dealing with personal too. But that being said, thank you for coming, man. I'm not just saying on that. Appreciate it. Mr. Ed Robinson came through, gave us some great points. Hopefully you got some points out of it. Hopefully you can see something in your own life that maybe someone that you know that, you know, y'all harbor bad feelings, or they harbor bad feelings, or you harbor bad feelings, however it goes. Remember, we all are imperfect people living in an imperfect world. So with that being said, we're going to leave it right there. And until the next episode, and we ask that you like and subscribe, or we ask that you come back again, or we'll talk and chop it up on something else we all can grow from. And all you're getting, get understanding. God bless.
Peace.